Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Brooklyn and I have just made another trip to the hatchery to get 100 more day-old baby Cornish cross. We've got them in here and they have settled down nicely under some heat lamps. So our weeks, days, months are all getting crazy busy. So we've got 1 day old, 2 weeks old, 4 weeks old, and 8 weeks old. So we are down to 43 left. Well, I should say we have 87 left, but we have 44 of them moved up to be processed tomorrow. That is why this tractor is empty. And then the day after, we will be processing the rest of our first batch, which we got 125. We ended up with 121, so that is not bad. So markets are coming up this week, so that is a perfect time for us to get all those ready and in the freezer. We did our first batch yesterday, picked up chickens today. Tomorrow is another butcher, and then the day after is the last of that first group. So we've got the 100 4-week-olds in here, and we will be splitting these up tomorrow. I'll have the kids come out and take out 50 and put them in that empty tractor over there, just so they have more room, and it's mostly for us. They've got plenty of room in here, but feed time is a little bit crazy. They're running around your feet and you're trying not to step on any of them. So getting crazy busy, but it is a good crazy busy. And we talked last video, we have been moving pigs and putting them in the farrowing barn and then moving new pigs in with the boars. So we want to walk around this evening and show you guys who is with who. And we've already seen some breeding, so we're going to tell you about who we have seen bred. So we're going to have some more litters coming at the end of summer. So let's go around and check out the who's who at Casey Farms. All right, first stop, we've got Millie, Dandelion, and we did move Penny in here. Millie and Dandelion have been in with Tuck, so remember, if you guys remember, Millie was bred, and then I don't know what happened with her litter, but we saw Tuck breeding her again, so she didn't take. Haven't noticed anything with Dandelion yet, so she may have taken. These have been bred later than the ones we have in the barn already, and there is Tuck coming out of the house. We're hoping to get a nice litter from him, but we've also added Penny in there with this group. So we'll see if Penny takes. That is the first one. Hoping for a late summer litter. All right, this next stop, I can't remember if I showed you guys, but so I'm gonna show you again. Henry, we had Dandelion in with Henry. Dandelion had her piglets. So when we moved her up into the barn to have the piglets, we moved in Betty White. Betty White was born on the farm here. She's the daughter of Chloe and Ryder, and she just turned out fantastic. So we wanted to keep her on the farm and breed her. Well, once we put them in, I think we did show this because I caught the breeding on the film, but so another one for late summer, we've got Walter and we've got Betty White. So excited to see what they're gonna produce. We've got the dates written down. Normally it doesn't happen like that when you first move them in and you see them get bred, but we got lucky that time. And so there's another one. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more stops. We're gonna have a lot of piglets. Let's check them out. All right, we're at Ryder's pen. Ryder was in with Smitten. If you haven't seen that litter, we'll post that link right here. But here is Ryder and Willow. Willow's been a long-time favorite here at Casey Farms, and she looks a lot like Smitten. She's a different line, but we're excited about this one because we can kind of compare what he's throwing with 2 similar pigs. I know it's a different line, but as far as colorings and everything, we're just excited. It doesn't really matter, but for us, we're excited to kind of see what is thrown from 2 similar pigs. Obviously different lines, but we're just kind of excited to see things, what pig throws what with which pig. So we were excited to put her in after Smitten came out because she was very similar to Smitten, and they're both great looking. And we've talked before, we really like the high whites, and Willow is a high white. She's also our hose drinker, but she doesn't have a hose out here, so she's had to deal with the pan, but she's still making do. So another one back by the pond. Let's go check out who is with Shiloh. Okay, here is Shiloh. here is Mabel. And we threw Willow Bean in with Mabel, and Willow Bean is a daughter of Willow, whose pen we were just at. And we came out one morning and we thought, man, Mabel had a baby. She's been in with Shiloh for a while. We haven't noticed any signs of her coming back into heat, but we have not seen them breed either, so we weren't sure. But look at the size difference. Mabel is a big Kunekune. So we're hoping that Shiloh, we're over here if you want to come join the conversation. We're hoping that he was able to breed Mabel and she just took in a later heat. But while we're waiting, we figured let's throw in Willow Bean and see what they produce. I always thought Willow Bean looked quite big until I put her next to Mabel, and it almost looked like Mabel just had a baby. So anyway, Willow Bean is in here. Have not seen her get bred by Shiloh yet, but I didn't mention at the last pen, Willow and Ryder, we have seen them breed. So it's always exciting when you're able to catch it, just so you kind of know when those piglets are coming. Obviously if you don't catch it, but you can start seeing signs of pregnancy later on once they're closer. But we like to kind of know, so we know when to get them moved up there. It's just something we like to have in our records. How are you doing, bud? You doing okay with all these girls out here with you? I see somebody's been scratching on your door. We got to get that fixed. You're about to blow the wall out. So anyway, there's Shiloh and Mabel, two of our biggest on our farm. So we are fingers crossed that they'll actually have piglets together. If not, we may move around Mabel to a different pen. We know it's not the boars. All the boars that we have had here, except Tuck, he's new to the farm, have produced piglets. So sometimes they take, sometimes they don't. But here is the newest addition, Willow Bean. She is one of the three between Betty White, Willow Bean, and the last one we'll show you is Molly. They were all born here on the farm, and they are just getting old enough now. We wait till about 16 months to put them in with boars, and they are at that mark, and some are older. So excited to see what they're gonna produce. We've got 2 more stops. Let's go get it checked out. All right, guys, such a beautiful time on the farm. It's close to the 80s today. Started out rainy, but just nice. We love it back here. The sun is down. It's cooling down for everybody. Last video we put Toulouse and Thistle in here, thinking they're bred, so we're having an eye out for them when we need to move them to the barn. But they were fighting with Josie, and as you can see, they have all figured out the pecking order. I think Toulouse is probably the boss in here, but like I said, they last for a little bit and then everyone is happy. You can tell by this tail wag that everyone is content. Where'd your tail go? You making me a liar? There it is. But all these are too young, except Thistle has been bred. You guys know Josie's had piglets already here. The rest are young ones, and Toulouse, they have been bred. So hopefully in a little while we'll be able to move them up. But Josie is going to be coming out of this pen, going into another pen with a boar who I'm going to show you right down here at the end of the path. All right down here. Hey pigs. Hey pigs. You guys already going to bed? There he is, Gordon. We are going to move her in with Gordon here, but we are waiting on Barb. How you doing, bud? I don't have any food. You already ate. Here's Barb. We are thinking her due date is the first week of May sometime. This is her first litter, so they don't show quite as much as they do on some other litters. But she's getting close. I can feel the milk line there. So it's not going to be that long. So we didn't want to move Josie in with Barb and Gordon right away just because we don't want her to have to fight or get chased around by someone who's trying to be the boss of the pen. So she's going to be moving over to the barn. We think she's probably the next due. So there is Barb, but Josie will be coming in here with Gordon to get another late summer litter for us. Now let's head over to the last pen, which is maybe our most anticipated litter. I don't know, because Betty White, Willow Bean, and this last pig, Molly, were the three we've been waiting on. We like them all, but these three have a special place. So let's go check out the last pen. All right, if you guys have been following along, you guys know. Can you guess who it is? Do you know? I told you one. One was Molly. Do you guys remember the other one? There he is, Phil. So Phil, if you guys have been following along, Phil is the escape artist, although he's too big now. Although he's not big, but he's too big to be weaseling his way under the fence. So he has not escaped in quite a long time. But if you guys recall, these are two of our most chill pigs. I would bet probably $100 that I can get Molly just to fall over here while we're talking. And there she goes. You can send me $100. But Phil's the same way. He kind of just doesn't have a care in the world. He loves getting petted, and after you're done petting him, he just stands very still. So Molly and Phil, I mean, some people like solid black, some people like just ginger black. This one's not so much about the coloring for us, it's more about their personalities. They're both good, they both have good builds and things that we look for when we're looking for a breeding pair. But mostly, we are excited about these two, their personality. If any other piglets are crazy, I would be surprised. These guys just flop down, lay around. Oh, watch your butt there, Phil. You almost got popped. They don't have a care in the world, and we are just excited to see what they produce. And the best thing is, earlier this week, we saw Phil getting the job done. So we have got the dates marked down. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, and we should have some Molly and Phil piglets. So anyway, we are excited about that. I've been wanting to share who's with who with you guys for a long time. Wasn't sure we were going to get another video for this week done just because of all the processing and the trips to the hatchery. It has been a crazy busy week, but I wanted to run around with y'all tonight and show you. There you go. A little downward dog action, and he's done for the night. Oh, Molly's going to trade spots with him. But we wanted to run around and show you who's who. We've been seeing 3 of these pens breed. We saw Molly, Phil, we saw Willow and Ryder, and we saw Betty White and Henry. So we are excited to see. And guys, this tongue gets me every time. We got about 3 of these pigs that have their tongues flopping out all the time, and we just love it. Not a care in the world. That's when you know you got a happy pig. Just kidding, that's not the only reason, but that is quite some personality that we do enjoy. So anyway, we're getting a lot of new subscribers. We appreciate you guys following along with us and checking out our farm. Hope we answer a lot of the questions that you guys have. We're gonna get in, get some dinner. We've got processing in the morning, processing the next morning, and then we've got markets coming up in just a couple days, and we are excited about that. So appreciate you guys following along. Don't forget to make the change. We'll see you guys on the next video.